Hi everyone. Welcome to our first read aloud and problem of the day of the month of April. It's crazy to think that we're already in April. The months have just been flying by, especially these past few weeks where we haven't been in school. I'm missing all of you like crazy, like I told you in my last video. And I just want you all to know that I really am here for you, and I really just want you all to understand that I recognize your hard work, and I really miss all of you, and I think about you every day. The read aloud that I chose for today is, I think, going to be a really popular one with our class because we read the prequel to this book in class. Your word work assignment for yesterday was to write down some sentences using the prefix prequel, and the prefix the prefix pre means before. So if you preheat something, you're heating it before you eat it. If you prepare something, you're getting yourself ready before something happens. So anytime you hear that prefix pre, it means before. So a prequel is a book or a movie that comes before the one you're about to read or the one you're about to see. So we read in class the prequel, The Day the Crayons Quit. And we all love that one. It's about the crayons who write their letters to Duncan to explain to him why they're quitting. Some of them think they're overworked. Some of them think that they're underworked. Some of them don't feel appreciated. It's just kind of silly to see the crayons' point of view. So this is the next book after that, The Day the Crayons Came Home. So now the crayons are finally done with their strike. They're not quitting anymore, and they're writing letters to Duncan, kind of explaining why they chose to come back. So I really enjoyed this book, and I hope you do too. As I'm reading, I want you to think about the plot. What are the sequence of events that might have made some of the crayons choose to come back? And then, as always, nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. If you hear any that you want me to add to the chart, just let me know somehow, and I will add them. I haven't gotten any back yet, so that's why I haven't added any. I promise if I get some back from some of you, they will be added by tomorrow's video. So this is The Day the Crayons Came Home by Drew Daywalt and Oliver Jeffers. One day, Duncan and his crayons were happily coloring together when a strange stack of postcards arrived for him in the mail. Dear Duncan, not sure if you remember me. My name is Maroon Crayon. You only colored with me once to draw a scab, but whatever. Anyway, you lost me 2 years ago in the couch. Then your dad sat on me and broke me in half. I never would have survived had Paperclip not nursed me back to health. I'm finally better, so come get me. And can Paperclip come too? He's really holding me together. Sincerely, your Maroon Crayon, Maroon Crayon. Dear Duncan, no one likes peas. No one even likes the color pea green. So I'm changing my name and running away to see the world. Sincerely, Esteban, the Magnificent. The crayon formerly known as pea green. Hi Duncan, it's me, Neon Red Crayon. Remember that great vacation we had with your family? Remember how we laughed when we drew a picture of your dad's sunburn? Remember dropping me by the hotel pool when you left? Clearly you do not, because I'm still here. How could you miss me? Anyway, after 8 months waiting for you to come get me, I guess I'm walking back. Your left behind friend, Neon Red Crayon. Duncan, it's us, yellow and orange. We know we used to argue over which of us was the color of the sun, but guess what? Neither of us wants to be the color of the sun anymore. Not since we were left outside and the sun melted us together. You know the real color of the sun? Hot, that's what. We're sorry for arguing. You can make green the sun for all we care. Just bring us home. Your not so sunny friends, yellow and orange. Hey Duncan, I'm sure you don't recognize me after the horrors I've been through. I think I was Tan crayon? Or maybe burnt sienna? I don't know. I can't tell anymore. Have you ever been eaten by a dog and puked up on the living room rug? Because I have. And I have been eaten by a dog and puked up on the rug, Duncan. And it's not pretty. Not pretty at all. I'm more carpet fuzz than crayon now. Can you please bring me back? Your undigestible friend, Tan, or possibly burnt sienna, crayon. Dearest Duncan, could you please open the front door? I still need to see the world. Sincerely, Esteban the Magnificent. So he wants to run away, but he can't reach the door knob. Hey Duncan, remember last Halloween we told your little brother there was a ghost under the basement stairs? Then we drew that scary stuff on the wall. Sure was funny when he ran screaming, right? But it wasn't so funny when you forgot to take me out of the basement. Please come get me. I'm kind of terribly horrified. Your scared friend, glow in the dark crayon. Dear Duncan, looks like I'm almost home. Been through China, Canada, and France, I think. Just crossing New Jersey by camel now. New Jersey has giant pyramids, right? See you soon. Neon red crayon. P.S. Next stop, the North Pole, I think. Duncan, does page 8 of Pirate Island ring a bell? Kind of a big payday for Captain Greenbeard there, don't you think? And no bronze or silver in that pile, huh? I told you it'd make me blunt if you colored each coin individually, but would you listen? No. I also told you those stupid crayon sharpeners never work. Did you listen to that? Also no. Now I can't color anything at all. Your pointless friend, gold crayon. So he colored every single coin with that gold crayon, and now he's kind of dull. He doesn't have a point anymore. Dear Duncan, I've seen the world. It's rainy. I'm coming back. Esteban the Magnificent. Hi Duncan, you're probably wondering why my head is stuck to your sock. A question I ask myself every day. Well, it's because last week you left me in your pocket and I ended up in the dryer. I landed on your sock and now he's stuck to my head. Can you please come get me? Also, why does everything you wear still smell even after it's washed? Your stinky, socky, stucky, on-head buddy, turquoise crayon. P.S. Your sock says hi. Dear Mr. Duncan, I know I'm not your crayon. I know I belong to your baby brother, but I can't take him anymore. In the last week alone, he's bitten the top of my head, put me in the cat's nose, drawn on the wall, and tried to color your garbage with me. The worst part is he is a terrible artist. I can't tell what his drawings are. Donkeys, monkeys, donkey monkeys. Picasso said every child is an artist, but I don't know. I don't think he met your brother. Please rescue me. Your desperate friend, big, chunky toddler crayon. Duncan, greetings from the Amazon rainforest. Making great time. I think I'm almost home. Neon red crayon. So he is not in the Amazon rainforest. He's somewhere where it's snowy. And the Amazon rainforest is not snowy. So I don't think Neon red crayon knows where he is. Hello, Duncan. It's me, brown crayon. You know exactly why I ran away, buddy. Everyone thinks I get all the great coloring jobs. Candy bars, puppies, ponies. Lucky me, right? But they don't know what else you used me to color, do they? I didn't think so. The rest of that drawing was great, but did it really need that final brown scribble? It'll come back. I'll come back, but please, let's stick to candy bars, okay? Your very embarrassed friend, brown crayon. Duncan was sad to learn of all the crayons he'd lost, forgotten, broken, or neglected over the years, so he ran around gathering them up. But Duncan's crayons were all so damaged and differently shaped than they used to be that they no longer fit in the crayon box. So Duncan had an idea. He built a place where each crayon would always feel at home. And then in Cleveland, I got to hike the Great Wall of China. That's Neon Red Crayon talking to Esteban the Magnificent. The end. So, Duncan's crayons are kind of no longer mad at him. They more just want to come home because they either feel like they got lost or they got neglected or Duncan doesn't really care about them anymore. So now Duncan finally has all of his crayons back and put them in a nice little container where they can all feel safe. Like I said, I think we all will really enjoy this book, really enjoyed this book because we enjoyed The Day the Crayons Quit so much when we were reading it in class. And I just think it's really important to continue reading from authors that you really like, because once you find an author you like, you'll stick to them and they can really inspire you to read some really awesome things. So thanks for watching. I can't wait to see you all soon. Love you, miss you. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. Hi again, and welcome back for your math problem of the day. This one is a little bit trickier because we just finished fractions right before we left school. So fractions are kind of fresh in our mind, and it was kind of the last thing we learned, so we didn't really spend too much time on it, or at least not as much time as I wish we could have. So the problem talks about somebody who made two different pies. She made a cherry pie and she made a pumpkin pie. Now the cherry pie was cut into 8 equal slices, and the pumpkin pie was cut into 12 equal slices. So I drew pictures of both of those pies, the cherry pie, which was cut into 8 slices, and the pumpkin pie that was cut into 12 slices. Now when she goes to this party or this gathering, wherever she's going, people eat 4 slices of the cherry pie and 4 slices of the pumpkin pie. And the question is asking which pie had more eaten out of it, the cherry or the pumpkin. So you might be thinking, well, both pies had the same number of pieces eaten, so both pies had the same amount of pie eaten. But that's not true, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to color in the pieces that we're going to say were eaten. So somebody comes and eats 1 piece of cherry pie, 2 pieces of cherry pie, 3 pieces of cherry pie, and 4 pieces of cherry pie. So that shaded in part, that black part, that represents how much of that cherry pie was eaten or how much is gone. So there were 4 slices eaten out of a total of 8. So 4/8 were eaten. Now the story problem also says that there were 4 pieces of pumpkin pie eaten. So here's 1 piece of pumpkin pie eaten, 2 pieces eaten, 3 pieces eaten, and 4 pieces eaten. So here is what it looks like when 4 pieces of pumpkin pie are eaten. That's 4 out of the total 12, or 4/12. Now when you just look at those 2 circles, when you look at the shaded regions, the question's asking which one had more pie eaten. Well, when you look at the shaded parts, which shaded part takes up more space? Which one has more black in it? This piece is a lot bigger than this piece. So the cherry pie had more of its pie eaten. Even though people ate the same number of slices, more of the pie was eaten because it was cut into bigger pieces. The bigger the pieces are, the more you're going to eat. Think about if you ordered a pizza. If you ordered a pizza and it was only cut into 2 big slices and you ate one of those slices, you ate half the pizza. You ate a huge slice. But if you order a pizza and you cut it into 30 slices and you have one of those slices, that slice is going to be really, really small. So just looking at it, we can tell that the cherry pie had more eaten. But there's a strategy we can also use to check our work. So, in case you don't remember, it's called the butterfly strategy, and this is used to compare fractions. So to do that, we are going to cross multiply, or we're going to multiply the numerator of the one fraction times the denominator of the other fraction. So 4 times 12 is 48. And we're going to do the same thing over here. 8 times 4 is 24. Now your job is to compare the two products, the two numbers that we found when we multiplied, 48 and 24. Well, which one's bigger? 48. So that means that 4/8 is greater than 4/12, which is exactly what we found when we just looked at the picture of the fraction. So we proved it in two different ways. We proved it by drawing a model, and we proved it by doing the butterfly trick or cross multiplication to find our answer. I hope that made sense. I know fractions, like I said, are kind of fresh in our brains, so I'm glad that we can kind of review this and keep it fresh, because fractions are really, really important, especially when you get into the higher grades, 4th, 5th, and even up until high school, fractions are really, really important. So I'm glad that we're sticking with it, keeping our brains fresh with it, and I really appreciate all the hard work you're putting in. Like I keep saying, love you, miss you, can't wait to see you all again soon. And I will definitely be setting up a Zoom meeting for later in the week, so keep an eye out for that. And I can't wait to see you all then.